Okay, guys, last time, if you remember, made it into Moorhaven just at dark. We were there a day or two, and then we got ready to cross the big Lake O. You'll see us go through two different locks and cross Lake O. Hang in there, it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay guys, let's do another overhead view for people who's new to the channel. We started in Tampa, came down the coast, went up to Caloosahatchee, and now we're getting ready to come into the Rim Canal to start our way down the Rim Canal here on Lake Okeechobee. Now, as you can see, Lake Okeechobee is pretty large. It goes from here, we're going to work down to Clewiston and then go down and actually go out like this and then cross over to Port Myakka. And as you'll see here in a little bit, when you're out in the middle of this area, you can't see land. And it can be a very large and dangerous body of water. So you want to be checking the weather and making sure of your forecast before you try to cross it. Franklin Lock Tender, are we good to go to either side?
Got room for two more, at least two more here on the starboard side.
Copy that. That boat behind me, we'll probably want that one. He's down to one engine. Can he get this one? He's down to one engine. Yes. You can choose either side, Kontiki. So as you can tell, I'm solo on Good Times, and a lot of people fear doing a lock by themselves. But I can tell you, even on a boat this size, you just ease up to it, reach up and grab your lines, and don't tie off anywhere, but pretty much hold your lines, and you can hold your boat. So one of the new rules that they have, and it just really depends on the lock master how it's enforced, is you're supposed to have a personal flotation device or PFD on while you're operating within the lock. And when you're doing it single-handedly, it's best to try to get midship, get a line there, and hang on, as whenever they open the lock, it'll start sometimes trying to pull you sideways. That stuff you see there on the front of the boat, I was using it for work, and I knew once I got over the East Coast, I would put it in my truck and take it back to the house. Another thing that you want to consider is having a pair of gloves, as a lot of times those lines will get pretty gnarly. Another thing that I try to do when I can is be away from the lockmaster's side, but you pretty much got to follow what they tell you to do, because I don't like turning my engines off. I hate the idea that you go down to restart it and there's something wrong and you're stuck in the lock and you're holding people up. So I never cut them off unless I'm instructed, and some lockmasters have you do it. Copy that. All right, a little captain's corner advice here. When you're on a wall like this, if you'll give it the port side first or starboard, depends on which side you're on. If you're on starboard, you do starboard. But when you give it a little bit of port, it'll start moving away from the wall somewhat sideways. And then if need be, you can put some reverse on the other side and it'll turn it out until you get underway. All right, just like that. That's how it's done. Pretty easy. Single-handed, you see how we did it. Heading out. I suspect Kon-Tiki's waiting on all these little boats, letting them go. Okay, I want to show you again where we are. We're in the lock right here, Moorhaven Lock, and we're going to come out and go into what's called the Rim Canal. And as I scan out, you'll see that it moves. It comes down here and pretty much follows the edge of the lake. But we're going to come down to Clewiston, and then we'll go back out in Clewiston right here to cross the lake. I also want to say we didn't cross this day because it was getting a little later with moving the truck and some different things. We came down to this corner right here, and there was some docks, and we stayed at the docks, and then the next morning we got up and headed down to head out into the lake. All right, getting underway. Red sky in the morning. Sailors take warning. We're currently in the Rim Canal, and sunrise looking pretty. Kon-Tiki's leading the pack. Okay, at this point in the video, I want to tell you something that's very important about dangerous rocks that are in Lake Okeechobee. I'm going to show you here on the map where they are, where I know they are. And the reason I know that is I've hit them. It tore up both of my props in good times, and I hope that you will avoid these.
What did you see?
Iceberg, dead ahead, sir.
Iceberg dead ahead, sir.
Hard to starboard. Hard to starboard, sir.
It shows you here on, and this is in Navionics web app, that when you leave out of here, and I'm going to show you the video of what this looks like, and you need to stay within this channel as you're working your way out. I can't tell you about everywhere, but as this starts to open up, stay in the channel. Because I can tell you from the mistake that I made, right in here, and if you look at the depths, you can scan all the way in, and the depths tell you it's 10 foot. There is rocks just under the water, just past this marker, which is apparently this area. Although it's showing a depth of 10 foot, it is not. It is less than a foot under the water. This area, so I want to make sure you understand where it's at, is whenever you come out right here, and this is the way that most people will come out where Roland Martin's is, you'll start working your way out, stay in this channel. Now these, you can tell what they are, they're rocks. But as you get out here, it doesn't look so noticeable. And I, one time after scanning in, thought that once I passed this marker, I could cut across here, and I severely damaged my boat right there. So stay in this channel all the way out. And then when you get out here, it opens up, as you can see. And to my knowledge, there's no rocks out here. Yeah, we're pretty much out in the middle of nowhere, crossing Lake O. Got the birds following us. Glad they're not vultures. We're mostly to the other side. I know this wind noise. We're almost to the other side. We did a live stream on this. I'll put a link to that in the comments. So it's pretty cool. First time anybody's ever live streamed crossing Lake Okeechobee. But we're heading in. We got 11.6 miles. We're going to be there at 10:27. And then I think we got about 10 miles of the river to Indiantown Marina. And then we'll be there for the night. Then tomorrow we're going to work all the way around, probably right over to the end of the St. Lucie River, and there at the inlet, stay right on the inside, and then the next day, Monday, we'll make it to Fort Pierce. So coming up the east side. All right, just making it to the other side, St. Lucie Lock. It is 10 o'clock. Figured we'd make it by 10:30. This is coming into the lock on the far side of the lake, and there's an interesting thing that happens here. I want you to try to pay attention to it. It might help you if you ever got in this situation. The wind will be coming from a certain direction, and once we get up in there, it becomes like a wind tunnel, and it quickly changes direction. And we had an initial thought of what we were going to do when we came in, but as often happens with tide or wind, it starts changing your mind for you, and you have to be able to go with it, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. As you'll notice, we originally were going to tie up on the port side, but that wind changed our mind.
Are you solo?
Yeah. What's that? Okay. Damn, that wind's been good. It gets rough over here. Okay.
Oh, no, we got a good 50, 75 feet between you two.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, it changed our mind, didn't it?
There you are.
Think so.
All right. Want me to hand you the bell line? Oh, you got a line already?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it drift back a little bit.
All right. That's fine. Oh, we're setting it down about a foot.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna do this then.
Now, on 1 foot.
So basically, it's like any other lock. hold your line. Since we were dropping down, you heard him say a foot. You can go around your cleat and just hold it while it drops down slowly. Of course, don't tie it off because it'll hang you up. But once he lets you down, he'll free you up and get you out.
It was like a wind tunnel when we got in here. Right back there, boy.
Yeah, I figured the wind was going to go this way. Then it went.
And it was only just back there, because up here it was good because of the gates.
I like that it's not crowded in here.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been a little mess trying to get in.
There were people here.
Yeah.
Okay, in case you haven't noticed before, I always try to say things that help you. But notice I put it in gear on the starboard engine. Since we're up on the starboard side, you put that gear in, and since the gear is on the starboard side, it pushes your port away from the wall. So just leave the port neutral until you get far enough away from the wall, and if you gave it a little bit of fuel, it would push you off faster, then put your other one in gear, and it'll move you right away.
Thanks, sir. We will. Power on up. Power on up. If I have to stop, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. This puts us across Lake O, puts us over onto the East Coast. If you enjoyed the video, how about hit that thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more like this.
Oh no, Kontiki's crashing.